Thank you. I'm going to have to get a shorter biography. It takes half of what I want to say, or at least the time for that to be read out. But look, my job here this morning is very much to welcome you as well and add my words of welcome on behalf of the Global Science and Technology Forum, of which I have the great pleasure of being a member of the Board of Directors. On behalf of our President, Dr. Anton, who I'm sure will be here sometime over the next couple of days and will make himself known to all of you, can I most sincerely welcome you from the various parts of this broad globe from which you have come. I've had the opportunity to look through the various countries that you represent on the different topics upon which you're going to speak and the opportunities that that will present for some collegiate exchange of ideas on the various topics that you deal with. Now, you would have heard from what was just read out to you that I'm not a doctor. Well, I'm a real doctor. I've got a PhD. But I'm not a doctor or not a cardiologist. I know something about culture. I come from Wollongong, Australia, and I've got to tell you there's a lot of culture in Wollongong. I know something about veterinary sciences because I have a grand dog and 2 grand cats. My children refuse to breed, but I do have a grand dog and 2 grand cats. So veterinary science and the amount of money that my daughter has to spend on keeping her my grandchildren active and healthy, let me tell you, I know something about veterinary science. When I look at something about forensic sciences, well, what can I tell you? I watch CSI like everybody else does and love the theme song by The Who. But that just about cuts it out. But I do love to see the way in which those forensic scientists, whether they be in Las Vegas, whether they be in New York, whether Los Angeles, God, I think they're in Reykjavik these days as well, wherever they happen to be, it's pretty good to see how they work. But look, in a very serious way, Global Science and Technology Forum, with which, as I said, I've been involved right from day one, has sought a mandate to bring together people from across the world to Singapore and to participate in various conferences. And you are a group of individuals, highly qualified, highly trained, academics, practitioners in those various 5 subject areas. And the opportunity that's presented at a conference like this, I don't think should be missed. What I have constantly been amazed by is the fact that over the 5-6 odd years that I've been coming since GSTF started, the fact is that people have found an opportunity, whether it be in forensic sciences, whether it be in cardiology during your conferences, whether it's cultural studies, but you're meeting new people. And that opportunity to perhaps think about collaboration, if you're an academic, should not be missed. That's what we provide here. That opportunity not only to sit and to offer comment on papers that are presented, but in the breaks, whether they be the meal times or just over a cup of coffee. If you've heard somebody say something that sounds, that's pretty good. My university might want to talk about that with you, and maybe there's an opportunity for a strategic partnership down the road. And time again, I've heard that and seen that myself since I've been coming to these conferences. So importantly, there is that opportunity for collaboration. Importantly, there is that opportunity to make some new contacts, some new friends here in Singapore. And thirdly, I guess, there is the opportunity just to enhance your own knowledge base. I mean, we in this incredible globalised economy in which we all operate today, I mean, information receipt, retrieval is just something that just flows. And as a consequence, the fact that we are able to come together here in these 5 conferences and to participate, as I say, in the dialogue, but importantly as well, perhaps to offer some critique of what people are saying. I mean, you shouldn't be afraid to do that. And if you're a presenter, you shouldn't be afraid to listen to what others have got to say about what you're talking about, because that's the way in which the knowledge base that we all possess is going to be enhanced, and any practical applications in some of the topics, indeed most of the topics that people are talking about, can in fact be looked at. So on behalf of our organisation, quite sincerely, welcome to Singapore. Not a bad town to have a conference, I have to say, despite the weather yesterday afternoon. But I'm guaranteed by the organisers it's going to be okay for the next couple of days. So if you get a chance, get out and about and have a look at what the Singapore government has done here. You'll be quite amazed if you've never been here before. On behalf of Dr. Anton and the organising team here, welcome to the conferences. I do hope that you find not only do you get something from it personally, but that when next year's conferences roll around, whether you come back, and obviously we'd love to see you, but you can talk to your colleagues and say there was a really great conference that I attended in Singapore offered by GSTF, and as a consequence you should think about going there next year, because these things are run every year. We take great pride in putting these conferences together, and importantly as well, in publishing the results of what happens. GSTF has expanded from its original role some 5 or 6 years ago of having a conference on multimedia gaming to what we do today. What we've expanded into is publishing as well. And there are a number of books and journals that this organisation publishes, all of which are academically recognised. And if you like the Australian context, and I know there's a few folks here I did see from Australia on the attendance list, that becomes critical because that's the way you get government funding in our country. You know, you go to conferences, you publish, you get recognition. That's the way your university gets funded by government. And so this again is an important element of what we do. Publishing journals, publishing books, providing an opportunity for academic discourse at the highest calibre and the highest level. And by the look of the nature of the papers and the diversity of topics that people are going to be discussing here over the next day and a half, clearly that meets the objective of academic learning. It meets the objective of what GSTF is all about. Now, we are, of course, a membership organisation as well. And if you'd like to become a full member of the GSTF, our staff are only too delighted to assist in that process. You know, no compulsion or anything. I mean, you won't leave the room unless you join. No, I'm only kidding. GSTF is a great organisation, and as I say, it is through the support of the many hundreds, indeed getting to thousands of people that participate over the last 5 to 6 years in what we're seeking to do, and adding to the world's font of knowledge about specific areas. We think we're achieving it. You're assisting us in achieving that. And I hope that you find at the end, as I say, of the day and a half, you have not only learned something, but you really feel that your knowledge base has improved, and that opportunity for integration, that opportunity of working together, that opportunity perhaps of having academic partnerships is something that has stood you in good stead. Enjoy Singapore, enjoy the conference. You'll see me around. You'll certainly see me at the end of the day tomorrow when we hand out the awards for the best and fairest paper and things like, sorry, no, I'm lapsing back into my sporting terminology, for the best papers and the best student papers and so on. But I will be around, and I look forward perhaps to having a chat with some of you folks over the next day and a half. Again, on behalf of GSTF, welcome and enjoy your conferences, and thank you very much for being with us. Now, I understand this is going to be the hard part because they want to have a group photo, and I hope they've got a wide lens on the camera. So I'm going to hand back to the organisers here, and we'll see where we go.